What's good, everybody? We're back for another episode of Top 5 Live, episode 132.
Jeez.
Um, and this week we are doing the top 5 fictional weapons. Um, I may need to amend my list because there's been so much happening this week. I could legitimately put at least 2 or 3 things from just this week happening as of top 5 fictional weapon, but it's not fiction. It's like it happened in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like real life. This happened. You know what I mean? Like it's bananas right now. The news. So top 5 fictional weapons is our list. So y'all get that ready. And we know some people come in late. But before that, we wanted to quickly touch on X-Men 97.
No.
That we are thinking about the people in Baltimore, the folks who are still missing, families connected to the tragedy that happened. From what I saw, and y'all know I'm the conspiracy theorist on the team, but from what I saw,
don't do it. Not right now.
I'm not doing
wait
that.
a week.
I'm not doing that. I'm saying everything from what I saw, it seemed like a pure accident. You know, I saw the power loss on the transport boat. I saw it start back up, and then I saw it, lose power again, and it's just a tragedy. And we're thinking about the people who are connected to that situation. It's crazy that stuff like that can still happen. I was talking to my coworker, but of course, with the power going out, I'm sure none of the emergency stuff was working. I was saying before I saw that it's like, hey, my car literally has the function to, if I'm coming up too close to another car that quickly, it literally will hit brakes for me. You know what I'm saying? Safety measures and stuff like that. So, we're thinking about those people for sure.
There go that man, cuz
it's the guy.
There go that man, cuz
guy, they said.
The smoothie. Hey, you got your boxing gloves, man?
No, gentlemen, all peace today, man. I'm trying to figure out to my camera's not working, so I have to use this thing. But yes.
Hey, yeah.
Real quick. I spent a lot of time driving through Baltimore and going to Baltimore Comic Con. I drove through Baltimore to get to DC. It's a terrible thing. I've been reaching out to friends to make sure that they good because I got a lot of peoples there. So I really, prayers for everybody involved, like Danny was saying. And man, I mean, it was like watching a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was rough. I mean, it was crazy. That was the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning. Like most of it, I was just like, is this a trailer for a movie?
I couldn't believe it. Y'all, so for those who are not aware, my boy Tyler Forrest Martin, founder of Godhood Comics, is in the building tonight to be a part of the conversation. And I don't know if he brought a list or not. You know what I'm saying? That that's the suspense of having guests on.
We definitely brought a list. I'm always participating.
Oh snap! He brought a list too.
Okay.
We got Tyler here. We might as well jump into his favorite person in the world, Candace Owens.
Horrible. Danny's favorite person? No, favorite person is Jesus.
I saw Jesus.
You call her Bae, dude. You got to own that.
Candace Owens. He said Candace Owens for president.
I didn't call her babe. I said Woman Crush
Wednesday.
That's not good either.
For that Wednesday, it was.
She cool. I mean,
he got.
But wait. Hold on. So you said you called her Woman Crush Wednesday, but then we started talking about her, and then you started defending her.
But I didn't call her babe.
I said you call her Bae.
I'm not that
Factual
deserving.
statement.
I'm not that deserving.
All right. Oh my God. All right. So, I was gonna try to do X-Men 97 first, but I mean, Danny didn't,
No, we could do X-Men 97 first. We definitely do that.
I will briefly say I'm very happy that they're doing X-Men 97. What's good, Sean? What's good, Orlando? I'm very happy they're doing X-Men 97. I like it. One of the things I'm most impressed by is the nostalgia. Like they did a good job of capturing that feeling that you used to get when the joint came on. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't look the art looks kind of updated, but it also looks, you know what I'm saying?
Updated.
But it still has that nostalgia feeling.
It's still got the feel of the spirit.
The aesthetic is the same. It's just
it's some of the it's what we've been missing for superhero content.
Agreed.
As far as animation, basically, right? And if I ask anyone in the chat right now, or any of you guys, like before this came out, give me something comic book wise animation that was just absolute fire. It's gonna take some time to think about it.
What if was good?
It wasn't fire. It wasn't fire.
I wouldn't put it on the level with this.
I didn't say it was level, but it was. What if was good though? Like we can't act like it wasn't good though.
Young Justice was the last thing that had me excited like this as far as animation.
I still purposely haven't watched Young Justice because Danny was so.
Yeah, you're not missing anything. So just stop at the first.
Stop at the first two seasons.
Stop at the second season.
That's what I'm saying. The first two seasons were amazing. Everything
Batman
after
anime series.
And then they gave the creator a checklist, and he made sure he checked all the boxes.
Everything after that, they were like, "Hey,
Tyler, man, you coming with
a lot of money on this show."
Tyler, man, you straight getting us in trouble, man. Dang, dude.
Y'all say what y'all gotta say. Y'all say what y'all gotta say about X-Men before we get into the deep weeds, bro.
No, hey, I want to say, go ahead, Danny.
What's good, Emmanuel?
I'm just happy, and I hope everybody has seen it. But I'm the most happy that they have gone away from that. They, instead of the Scott, Logan, Jean love triangle, they are now introducing the Magneto Gambit love triangle. Like I think that's something that I did. That's something
the Scott Jean thing. That dude left claw marks in the doggone door.
Logan respects their. I mean, we know it's not even.
He listen. Just like all of us, when it's a baby mama involved, we're no longer interested. Logan is no longer interested. It's too much problem. She has a kid now.
That dude was crying in the tree. What are you?
We're no longer interested. No thanks.
He's crying in the tree. Hey, let me just say this though. They finally put some respect on my boy's name.
Oh God, don't start.
The number one, the first X-Man, the leader, Cyclops. They finally put some respect on his name. I appreciate that. And now I love seeing all the people coming out the woodwork saying that they Cyclops fans. Ain't never said a good thing about Cyclops before, but that's all right. We welcome.
Ain't good to say.
We welcome.
You know what's crazy? And you know what? That's a good point, Jay. Because listen, man. A lot of people didn't know what outside of comic books. I mean, we know, but a lot of people didn't really know outside of what Fox had did to him, that he was not this type of character. Because even if you get back into the old X-Men series in the 90s, where you really didn't have, that kind of updated, animation style, we really didn't see a lot of that. But that was 100% Cyclops from the comic books, man. 97 is on point. And if MCU is smart, if Feige is smart, we all know that I can't stand the MCU. But if Feige is smart,
I was right there with
that
you.
Henry Cavill casting is Cyclops, and he's going to lead the next 10 years of the MCU.
I hope so. See, Morgan doesn't like Cyclops because he don't read comics. Like that's keep it a buck. Morgan wasn't reading. Morgan, you weren't reading when Cyclops was because for a long period of time, Cyclops was the focus of X-Men. It wasn't until the early to mid 90s that Wolverine took over.
I'm glad I missed that.
I mean,
Jesus Christ,
reading is fundamental. Yeah. I don't know.
I read.
That's a great Cyclops story.
I can't go read.
That's a great Cyclops story.
I'm gonna bring you this one right here. You can read.
Is it about Cyclops?
Yes. I'm trying to tell you, Matt. So Morgan, hold on. Morgan's impression of Cyclops is from the first series, the first X-Men series, where he was getting punked by Wolverine over and over again.
He be whiny.
If he was militant, dude. Cyclops is like the most militant
Cyclops-
of the X-Men.
Cyclops is Magneto. I mean, like
No,
Cyclops is really
he's not.
He is though.
If you like
Cyclops, if you
Magneto.
think about a leader in any superhero team ever across any publication, Cyclops is the definition of a superhero leader, and his character is the pressure that kind of stuff brings on, right? So you can't. Let me tell you something. As a comic book writer, and you are getting into superhero teams or leaders and things like that, and you have not gotten into Cyclops over the past fucking 30 years of Cyclops stories, you're out of here.
I'm gonna say
I'm explaining to y'all Morgan's mindset. It's the X-Men movies and it's the X-Men cartoon.
It's not Morgan's fault though. I think just like what Tyler said.
I didn't say it was his fault. I'm just telling you why his impression of Cyclops is the way.
Well,
it
Danny's gonna defend him through the end of time, but it is his fault. But go ahead.
No,
Danny.
it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But it's the impact of the animation and the movies. Like the comic books were great. The comic books had great stories, but the animation was widely. I tell all the time. I did not start reading comics until I was an adult. But I had already watched every cartoon, every TV show, everything that was possible that I could get my hands on that was superhero related. So I knew the characters. But if I didn't go back and read the comic books, I would still be thinking like Morgan, like Cyclops is a simp. Right. But because I read the stories,
I didn't say he was a simp.
I mean, that's how most.
You literally call him every other word in the book, though. You just did
it.
I
just don't like him.
No, you literally called it. You just did it. Like
I never called him a simp, bro.
I'm saying you call him every other word. You just did it.
I said he's annoying and he whines.
Where though? The only thing I'm telling you, the only thing you saw was him get punched by Cyclops and Wolverine constantly punking him. Don't listen to Cyclops. Don't listen to Cyclops. And then you saw the movie in the movie.
Times too, though.
What'd you say?
Like, Wolverine gets on my nerves at times too. So I mean, it's not like
the problem is
in the movie he got punked in 3 straight movies.
Yeah.
The problem is just like Fox has brainwashed so many people when it comes to him. They've made Wolverine way better than he is in the comics, actually. Way more stable than he is in the comics, and they dumbed down Cyclops. So that's the problem with the whole character. That's why everybody's so surprised when they saw 97 Cyclops. Everybody's like, whoa. But people who read the comics were like, yeah, this is what we've been trying to tell you for the past 20 years.
You, same dude that beat Apocalypse. Cyclops has beat Apocalypse. He finished the Extinction Agenda. I mean, we could go on and on.
Man, I was in middle school. I saw a TikTok and somebody was like, why isn't Cyclops laser beam burning people? I was in 3rd grade telling people that he does not have heat vision. These are optic beams.
I told my wife that same thing last. I was like, it's more like a punch, you know.
It's
more like a various. See, there you
Mason,
go,
man. I'm telling you, Mason, man.
Mason, how do we get here, bro?
On a daily basis, Mason makes me question my friendship with him on a daily basis.
I want to know what y'all are looking most forward to from the series. I'm looking most forward to Storm's redemption arc because from what I know and what I've heard, this is when she becomes elite with the hands. Like they could go a couple of different ways. I think somebody teased that her and Forge, and then also they teased Wakanda. So they could go a couple of ways, but I'm hoping that
Wakanda.
They teased Black Panther in one of the previews earlier.
Oh, in the previews. I was like in the show.
No. So I'm hoping that this is what we see. She gets bad with the fisticuff.
Well, it's gonna get worse. They're adapting Life Death. I forgot what it's called. What's the story they're adapting?
Is it Life? It's
Life Death. So she's about to go through a horrible depression. I hope it's Forge, but you could also do it with T'Challa. We need some kind of redemption with the Black Panther in any iteration. But hopefully they'll give her that so we can have something. We need Black Panther. The people need Black Panther. So hopefully that's where we're going with that. Life Death. Yep. Thanks, Chuck. Good.
Cody Rhodes was. Oh man, Sean, yo, you tripping, man? You call Cody Rhodes Cyclops. It's not far off though.
Man,
He was a
listen.
good Cyclops, man.
I'm glad.
It was a good show, man.
I'm very glad to. I'm very glad to have it on. And
just let it happen, man. I know you was watching it like, damn, man, Cyclops whooping my ass, man. Like I know you were watching it like that.
I never once thought, oh
if
man, look at Cyclops.
If Cyclops was black, you'd love him. He would be your favorite comic book character.
Kratos is my favorite. Oh, okay. You said
you know, Cyclops can take on Captain America. I don't know why this is just. Wait till you see if they ever adapt Avengers versus X-Men, and you see Cyclops in live action, which is going to be Henry Cavill. Mark my words.
I'm down.
I would watch that.
If Henry Cavill plays Cyclops, I'm gonna have to like him. I don't got a choice. I love Henry Cavill.
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so
it's the cartoons and the movies. Like it ain't. Don't worry. Listen, you can't talk to him about the books.
Man,
books don't matter.
One day, hey, listen. 10 years from now, one day somebody's gonna be like, "Man, have you read that Lumberjacks comic? It's amazing." The guy's gonna be like, "Oh no, I just like him in animation." Like you gotta watch you gotta read the Lumberjacks.
And I'm gonna be like, "Appreciate you, bro."
You're gonna be like, "Thank you for the dollars."
Hey, appreciate you, bro. That's what you gonna get.
You don't care what. Hey, Morgan, I wouldn't either.
You rock with Jazz? Hey,
however you get there. Yeah, however you get there. Cyclops is the truth. Whatever. What y'all want to talk about next, man? Do y'all want to go to Candace, or do y'all want to go to Diddy for a second?
Hey, listen.
Yo, I think
it's too much.
I think it's funny that people stop saying no homo and now they say no Diddy. I think that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious,
bro. When I saw that they called that man the diddler, I was dead. They said they caught the diddler, man. Oh my god, bro! The diddler. I swear to you, I couldn't stop laughing. Oh man.
Look, I don't know. I just know, like I was telling the guys before we started the show. Allegations to allegations, and y'all know how I am. If I don't know something, I'm not gonna speak too much on it, and we still don't, honestly, right? But I will say
that man in the Cayman Islands right now somewhere.
and they're about to turn him over. Diddy's done. I promise you. You have to have a fall guy for this type of behavior in Hollywood, and I'll tell you, Hollywood is just unraveling, bro. Like it's good for us because now creators like us can come in for the next 10, 20 years and really do some stuff there, but it is falling
I hope your backgrounds are squeaky clean.
Hey, listen,
you better wipe them.
When I decided to perk my ears up, and I was like, nigga, what now? That story that Cassie had in her, not her deposition, but in her legal documents that said, she was talking to Kid Cudi and Diddy found out and didn't like that crap. So he blew up his car. I said, man, shut up. That sounds dumb. And then Kid Cudi had a spokesperson say, everything she said is true. I said, nigga. I was like, yo, hold on.
Diddy is Lucius Fox from Empire, 100%.
He is.
Hey, remember what they said? Remember that meme from a long time ago? They were talking about how Diddy, they were like, Lucius killed his best friend to take over to become the head of his label. And they're like, it is supposed to be based off Diddy's life. Wait a minute.
Hey, listen.
People have been saying that people have been saying this for years, bro. It's just
Diddy might be Suge Knight East. Like because we definitely, like Tyler just said, we definitely have heard stories about Diddy hanging people out of windows, and now 50 is the one that, like, when it came to the gay jokes, 50 is the best troll I've ever seen. I don't know of anybody that trolls on his level or comes close. And when he told that story about Diddy talking about taking them shopping,
I thought Mace said that. I thought it was Mace. I thought that was Mace who said that.
Nah, bro, that was 50.
because 50 knows the truth, but he don't be saying stuff, so he just wait for it to come out and comment on it. He knows everything.
I hope his ducks in a row too, man, because they coming for everybody.
Crying. 50, if y'all have not seen that, please look it up. That crap is hilarious.
I think I saw that but then somebody made fun of him because he had a whole song called Window Shopper. He was like taking Mace shopping. Like the whole video was him taking May shopping. I was like, wait a minute.
I don't know. What I know about this Diddy thing is having DHS and do this investigation. Boys, that it seems really bad, bro. Like that. That's bananas. Like it's not the feds. I mean, it is the feds. It is the feds, but DHS is leading them. Now, that's. I'm not saying much.
Sean.
I'm not saying much. I can't, but I will say it looks very bad. It looked worse when Cassie put the allegations out there. My guy said
it looked way worse.
It didn't take 24 hours. It didn't take 24 hours. He was like, "Hey, bro, send that undisclosed amount and all that." So
I think he got too much money, man. If we ain't, I mean, it's gonna be all over the internet, but they gave him too much time to get rid of everything, and it's just gonna be all what people are saying.
Dude, I don't know, man.
His
sons were being walked out in handcuffs, dog.
The videos have not come out from the parties yet. They not coming out.
There has to be a fall guy when we get when the people when we the people get to, bro, human trafficking has been on the rise. When we the people, especially since TikTok, let me tell you something about the power of TikTok and the benefits of it being a channel delegation, right? Because when those TikTokers really get onto something, the government is like they getting too far. Human trafficking is a real thing. The United States government is 100% involved in human trafficking. It's the biggest conglomerate financially in the entire world. Somebody has to take the fall. We see it with Epstein. We see it with all these people. We see it with what's the other guy from Warner Bros? I mean, the big guy, Weinstein. Somebody's got to be the fall guy. Diddy's going to be the fall guy for hip hop. That's the reality. I don't care how much money you got.
I'm not speaking on none of that. The only thing I can speak on is I don't care who you are. If DHS raids 2 of your homes, I mean. That's bad.
They don't, bro. They have, you know how much, you know what you have to do? Get a warrant for that, bro.
Yes.
They have evidence. They have the stuff.
Not to mention, again, the people that have made these allegations have been. Cassie turned over footage. She turned over not a little bit either, a lot.
And the other guy.
And the guy that filed charges has video, allegedly, of Stevie J engaged in some activity. It's supposed to be on video. Now we gotta wait for the trial. I'm going to wait for the trial just the same as I have everything else. But I will say it looks really bad. That's all. That's as far as I'm going. I'm not gonna say I'm not in that. You know, I go back to Tory Lanez and Meg because that crap made me so mad watching people bicker and talk crazy about and to each other, even though they know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting ready to walk down that road. All I can say is this looks really, really bad. That's all.
They got bodyguards though. Like I see like 2 of Diddy's bodyguards coming out talking stuff. Like,
yeah,
they got people coming out. Did you see on Twitter? Stevie J is like, he did a video of him like playing. He's like playing music, talking about I'm praying for Diddy's kids.
Was it real?
Yes, I just saw it. Man. He's like got a red background.
Hey, I don't know, bro. Look,
like I said, my god,
I'm gonna leave it at. Hey, it looks really bad. I'm gonna leave it at. It looks really bad.
It looks bad. But
I definitely will be following as more news comes out, and especially once the court documents hit. I definitely will be following because if he's innocent, I want that to be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. And if he's guilty, I want that to be proven. I don't have a dog in the race.
There's a lot of
smoke. As a black man,
a lot of smoke though.
I will say as a black man, I never relish in seeing the black man go down, or have an appearance of going down.
Except T'Challa.
Oh, don't do that. Wow.
In real life.
Wow. That was a little like backhanded. You know what I'm saying?
We weren't happy. Nobody was happy to see T'Challa go down either.
Not a soul. Not a soul. Not a soul. But anyway, on to other topics. Candace Owens.
AKA.
How do I do the heart?
Tyler's Bay.
Hey, listen. I didn't know Tyler had that level of love. I'm gonna let Tyler go. Look, how did you feel about the interview on Breakfast Club? Because there are a lot of people that were pissed about it.
So So I think the beautiful thing about what's going on with the Candace Owens situation is a lot of black people have woken up from under the Democratic guise and mind control, right? And when you go back, and I'm talking about beyond the little snippets that you see, but when you actually go back and you watch her, I'm talking about 5 years in a row. When you go back and you watch her podcast, her full episodes, she has been saying the stuff that we're now realizing since she started getting onto radio, right? Number one thing she says, Democrats only care about black people when it's time for an election. Is that not the case? When do you see when do you see the main Biden what's the I don't even know what the vice president's name is. Kamala. Yeah, Kamala Biden. Now because it's election, they're at the HBCUs. They're eating chicken with black people in their living rooms, and this is, you got to wake up, bro. Republicans and Democrats, obviously, they're both, all of it is lying and crap. But the hold that Democrats have had on black people for years, generations, is finally coming to an end. People are waking up, and I don't really agree with everything Candace says, but as it relates to what I agree with her, where the number one threat to Black America is, the top 3 threats to Black America, right? Fatherlessness, dependence on the government. I forgot the other thing, but it's definitely not systemic racism. That's what I love about Candace Owens. Candace Owens is more pro-black than your favorite rap stars.
Oh,
boom.
You just. My problem is that you just said fatherlessness, like the prison industrial complex is not the biggest part of systemic racism. Like that doesn't. That's crazy. Like that's wild to me. Like locking up
on that too.
Locking up black people through the past 100 years is the biggest part of systemic racism.
And who brought that on? Starting with Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson, Democrat.
It doesn't matter who brought it on. You said that one thing. You said that it's not systemic racism; it's fatherlessness. But it doesn't matter who brought it on. If systemic racism is systemic, I'm not saying that Republicans or Democrats are better than each other when it comes to systemic racism. I'm saying that.
What was the second thing you said? You said fatherlessness. What was the other one?
Fatherlessness.
The U.S. government.
Dependence on the government. So, welfare and things like that. Because, I mean, let's be honest. That's
now.
Go ahead.
Now, can we take a now? You just said dependence on the government, but a lot of that dependence on the government comes right back up.
Oh, systemic racism. Look at this. Can we act like systemic racism is going? It doesn't exist. It exists, but it's
no. Hold on. Forget that for a second.
If you tell me systemic racism is the number one threat facing Black America, you're asleep.
Okay, but hold on, Tyler. Though, can you acknowledge that racism has something to do with all of these things?
No, she talks about. If you listen to her, she talks about the decline and the degeneracy of the Black community. Look at who we're listening to. Look at who we're promoting. Look at what Sexy Red and all these rappers are doing to the community. That's the number one threat.
Hold on though. Hold on. You're missing the point though. You're missing the point, Tyler. Listen. Everything you said, your top 3 reasons, or top 3.
I didn't even name 3 reasons.
No, you said the third one was
fatherlessness, dependence on the black people dependent on the government, and
I thought you were saying that the degeneracy of the black community.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Okay, but that could be third. Right, fine. What's your third?
I'll go ahead and lock that one in. I have to.
Okay, cool. The degeneracy of the black. You act as if racism doesn't have a part to play in each one of those. Does racism have a part to play in the fatherlessness in the Black community? Yes or no?
I don't think so.
How can you say that when Danny just explained about how the prison system has pulled Black men into it, literally for racist reasons? How many Black men do we know that have been picked up and been accused of crimes and been given harsher sentences than white people? harsher and
that
longer
goes without saying, Javon.
Nigga,
We know we know that,
but
we
that's
know,
part of it, though.
But when does that excuse end? When does that end?
When they stop putting people in jail for it. That's like saying,
Amani,
hold on. That's like saying,
who created the industrial prison complex? The Democrats.
The U.S. government.
Joe
The
Biden.
U.S. government
did it.
Government did.
You can't blame one.
Hold on. What do you mean you can't blame one party? This was the party. The crime bill, that was the party that
but the prison existed.
The same one that blacks go out and vote for repeatedly.
Hold on, Tyler. Prisons have existed before everything that you just said. And they had been throwing black folks in the prisons before all that stuff you just said.
What did the Republicans
tell me, am I wrong? Am I wrong on this?
So if I said to each of you, the black community is in dire need of assistance, what are the top 3 things facing the black community?
No. It ain't about us. I'm talking about you.
Don't say no, because I'm saying, if I asked you that, I said, give me 3 things that are the top 3 dangers to the black community. We already know your one is going to be systemic racism.
But what
are the other 2?
Literally, hold on.
What
even
are the
if
other
it's
2?
not, even if it's not, racism literally is baked into and bred into
my
every
question is
single
not
issue.
being answered.
You're not answering my question, though. I asked you a question first.
Go ahead. What's your question?
The question I asked you were black people being thrown into jail unjustly before all those things that you just listed and given harsher sentences? Did all that happen before everything that you listed? Was that happening before? You talked about the crime bill and this and that. Were black people being put into jail before all that and given harsher sentences? Yes or no?
Do you have the data on that?
Dude, literally. Go ahead, Morgan.
Yeah, so let's switch to Morgan, because what I'm not doing now, that I think that you all do is that you're speaking on things and you don't know the proper data or analytics.
I do know the proper data. I know that. Before Morgan gives his, I can tell you very specifically.
Before Morgan
Tyler,
gives his, you give me your data.
I will give you my data. Tyler, when black people were given freedom, that's how far back
I don't
going.
need a history lesson, Javon.
But
I know this.
Data.
I don't need a history lesson. I don't need a history lesson. I don't need a history lesson.
Okay, so if you can understand and comprehend that black people, when they were being freed, were still being arrested because white people were upset that they were given freedom, so that they made it so that they can put black people back in to do work for them. Trying to figure out.
So I answered your question, right?
No.
I said yes. No, you said, did I know that was happening before the crime bill?
No, you said, give me the data. That's not an answer.
No. So answer my,
yes, PJ.
Answer my question. The top 3 dangers facing the black community. We know you all say number 1 is systemic racism. We know this. Okay.
We don't know.
Now, what is 2 and 3?
To me, it's access to healthcare and education. Those are that's my one.
I would agree
which honestly still fall under systemic racism, but
then I would say equal ability to honestly, the ability to earn equal pay than the
Christ. So all of the problems in the this is the problem with you guys' argument.
You asked us for answers.
No. This is the problem. The problem with you guys' argument is there's no accountability, right? So everything you're gonna say is because of the white man. All 3 things that you're gonna say. First of all, education right now is the pinnacle where more blacks, especially black women, if you look at the statistics, black women are the most educated group of people on the planet. If you look at the statistics, in no other time or era in human history have blacks been more educated. That is BS, bro. And you're just talking out of what sounds good. That's not true.
I said access to healthcare.
No, I'm not. I'll address that in a second. I'll address that in a second because that's also.
No. I'm talking about access. I'm talking about education around healthcare. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going to college and going to schools. I'm talking about.
Thank you. Great correction.
Access to
I believe it's
education of the healthcare system. and their health to be able to live.
Can I speak on the education thing? I
Go
actually know teachers that are in the system, and they
You're
talk.
talking to one that was a teacher for 10 years.
I didn't say you
don't
weren't.
want to talk to me about education in the black
We
community.
do though. Since you were a teacher for 10 years, what you taught?
So
what
if what you haven't even heard what I'm about to say, and
What
then you're trying to
demographic
tell me that I'm wrong.
I promise you, what you're going to say is going to be
tell
wrong.
me what I'm going to say. Then,
But go
Tyler,
ahead.
if we can't have a debate, if you ain't gonna let me talk,
I just want to know who you taught.
I'm still waiting for the answer to my question that I never got. I never got the answer to my question.
I taught at a Title I high school for 10 years, where 85% of our kids were on free and reduced lunch, where 28% of those kids went home without fathers, who lived with 30% were single mothers, who went home, had to take care of their younger siblings and cook and clean. You don't want to talk to me about education, because the number one problem.
But you haven't talked about education.
The
you ain't
number
talked about
one.
it yet.
The number one.
At no point in what you just said talked about education.
We're talking about
black kids.
Black kids. So the
we are 87% black.
What was the graduation rate though? What was the graduation rate?
Graduation rate was about 60%. It wasn't that bad.
60% for the black kids. I'm asking.
I'm talking about over the entire school.
No, so it was 60% of the black kids were graduated.
So if I say it was 85% of black students, and then I say the overall rate of graduation was 60-something%, then you would have to do that math. I'm not going to do that math.
No. I'm asking which did the 60% apply to? Did it apply to
the entirety of the school?
So the entirety of the school, 60% of the kids graduated.
Yes.
And so I'm asking, you said the 80% of the black kids graduated?
No.
Of the whole school.
Okay.
He said, all right. So the school was 85% black and
so
60%
the kid. Okay.
I
got you. All right. My bad. I was trying to figure out that. Okay. Again, I do think that education matters, because it's not about how many kids graduate. It's about the level of education that they're getting.
Who is S Moore? Who is? I got you, brother. I'll ease up. Sorry,
Sean Moore. Hey, don't let. No, we good, Sean. Don't worry about it. This we ain't gonna fight.
Sean, I know Sean.
We ain't gonna fight. No, my thing is, it's about the quality of education that they're getting, because I've seen the difference between schools. I've seen a public school and a private school and the level of education. I'm sure you have too, so I'm not going to assume that you haven't. But you can acknowledge that the resources that a private school has access to are not what a public school has access to. Or a school that's in a district that has a higher level of income than a school with a lower level of income.
So I will say this 100%, that education starts at home, right? So I have been in a school. I have seen schools who do have access to, they have an iPad for every student, right? Through grants and this and that. And because the want for education, because the discipline is not at home, they don't take care of those iPads. Right? They don't allocate those resources. They don't accept those resources. So it's not about the resources in a lot of communities. That I assure you. I've been in schools. I was just using that as one example. I've been in inner city schools. I've been in inner city schools who have access to millions of dollars in grants. Who, if you walk in, the outside looks horrible, but you walk in and there's a new build and a new. I worked at a school where we had an $11 million rebuild. We had everything. They were either destroyed or not in proper use, right? Because I don't care what. Go ahead, Danny.
No, I want to finish.
I don't care what access or resources you have. They're not going to be taken care of or utilized if the child, it does not want to utilize them.
Right.
So for me, and we also, there's two schools in my district that were in my district before I left, called Walton and Hillgrove. Right. And so what we noticed is it's the same problem between black kids and white kids. When they have access to the same resources, the only difference is those white kids are going home to two parents in the household who says, you have to get this done before you do this. They appreciate more of their things. I promise you, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Danny.
My question to you is, you said education starts at home, right? Now, if we know that in the past, now this might not be 2024, but in the past 60 years, Black families have been torn apart because the federal government literally said we want to we want to tear apart the black family, right? Okay, so now the parents who are at home who are who have to teach these kids are at a disadvantage because there's only one person in the home. A large percent of the time there's only one person at home who can then say, hey, make sure you get the schoolwork done, make sure you get this homework done, make sure you take care of your textbooks because it's important. There's only one parent who can do that, and most likely that parent is going to be working multiple jobs to keep food on the table so that the kids can eat. So if all of those things are true, then we have to say that the systemic racism is at the root of the problem to what you just said is the biggest problem: education starting at home.
Do you know the most successful group of people in in this country? The most successful group of people in this country.
What measuring success on what?
Yeah, what's the measurement for
Economic
success?
success?
So look at the numbers percentage. Nigerians and East Africans who come over to this country, the same country who we accuse that they're holding us down and we can't get anywhere because of systemic racism, they come over here and they make millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. These are people who come over here with nothing. They have the same opportunities that we have, the same access to education. You say what?
All immigrant classes, if they can navigate the system, have a lot of incentives and grants and policies that are put in place to help them. Asians, Nigerians, Indian, all of them. That's why they can open up. That's why it's easier for Asians and Nigerians to open up businesses in communities, whereas a black family may not be able to. There are all kinds of programs that
I grew up with a Nigerian. No, because they care more about the family dynamic than we do here. So they can come over. I grew up with a Nigerian family they came over here, mom and dad, and they opened a daycare center with no grants.
Why do they care more about the family dynamic? Is because they grew up in a place where they grew up with a father and a mother, and and in Nigeria they were taught the family should be together instead of being brought up in America where they were their family.
So that's my point. So that's my point. Degeneracy had
the same thing though.
So that's my point. That degeneracy hadn't taken over them yet, like it has for us.
Why do you keep calling it? No, stop. Why do you keep calling it degeneracy though? Can I ask that question?
From something.
No, stop. Why do we keep calling it degeneracy?
Family being, because that's what.
No, I don't think that's fair. Number one, it's not fair to the people that's involved to call it degeneracy.
What other? I say this all the time, and it's one of the things that I agree about when we talk about Candace Owens. It's one of the things that I actually woke up and listened to her when what she was saying. Right? What other genre of music has the highest rate of death and murder per capita?
Death and murder? Because there's a lot.
What?
No. Country music stars aren't dying and being murdered at an alarming rate.
But they're dying from alcohol.
Right? Well, no. What about rock and roll? Rock and roll dudes be crazy all the time, bro.
No. Not even rock and roll.
All right, so that's like people blaming video games for stuff.
I can't even talk.
You asked the question. We're about to answer.
You're incorrect.
I'm not done asking the question.
You said
okay,
you gave
finish the question.
Rock stars aren't dying and being murdered at an alarming rate.
Yes, they are.
They're not dying at an alarming rate,
guys. Okay, give me a rock. I can give you 10 rap stars who have died this year alone. Now you give me 10 rock stars who've been shot and killed and murdered.
I don't listen to rock music, but I know.
Well, take your time. Take your time. Google it.
All right, hold on.
I'll get you a list.
Take your time and give me a list of country. Give me a list of country music. The problem is the black race. We continue to promote degeneracy. Rap music is one of the biggest threats. If you want to talk about black genocide, at an alarming rate, it's rap music. It's where children know who Sexy Red is before they know who Martin Luther King is. No other race of people do that.
Who pays to promote Sexy Red though? Which record label is Sexy Red under, and who is paying to promote her music?
What do you mean?
I'm asking who is paying to get
cutting the checks?
Sexy Red music
Who's responsible for her music being played?
The people who want us to continue to decline into degeneracy.
Stop it.
Yeah, who is that?
People who run music, the people
that
who
want us to
run,
continue to decline?
literally the people who run they are responsible, man.
Who are the people that want us to continue to decline into degeneracy?
You tell me.
Monty makes a good point, by the way.
It's not black people. It's not black people. Black people don't own these records.
We're buying the music. We're pushing it.
You think that? Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out.
One thing you can depend on as a black person is to push and buy degeneracy. That's one thing you can depend on.
You think that only black people are buying this music and they are funding them to this level?
White people don't listen to the same music.
You don't think white people buy these?
I just want to state the fact.
If you want to talk about statistics of who listens to most, what group of people listen to rap music most per capita, obviously there's more white people in the country than black people. But per capita, per city, per town, per state.
All right, can I ask you a question? So are video games responsible for violence as well?
What?
Video games responsible for violence that we see in America?
Because you're telling me that the only artistic creative source in the world that is fueling violence is somehow rap.
So, but the proof is in the pudding. Rap stars are being.
It's not.
Hold on. What are you talking? Listen, rap stars are being murdered at a phenomenal rate. What are you talking about?
So again,
countries again.
Go ahead.
Give me a list of. You still haven't done it yet. You're supposed to be looking it up, Danny. Give me a list of 10 country music stars. Give me a list of 10 country music stars in the past year who have been shot and killed. I'm asking you.
I will give it to you. The hip hop music industry is primarily black, according to Get Nuts. Independent studies show that over 70% of its consumers are white.
Easy.
The largest consumers of hip hop by far.
Not true. It's not true. It's not true.
Tyler, you know just on logic alone.
Danny, see, I'm not like y'all. Put the link in the thing so we can all go to it and then we can see who wrote the thing. Right? There's always a bunch of Democrats on these websites y'all listening to.
Hold on. Tyler.
Can I say this too?
Wait, no. Wait, hold on. I just want one thing.
No one has told me 10 country music stars in this year who have been murdered and killed. No one has told me. I can give you 20 black.
You can give me 20 rappers that have been shot and killed this year?
This year?
It's March.
There's no way.
It's March. Like 20 rappers haven't been killed in March.
12-month time span. So let's just say that.
Now we're moving the goalposts. So in 12 months, 20 rappers have been killed?
It's March. I'm
saying 20 rappers have been killed in a year?
Okay, last year then.
In 1 year, you're telling me 20 rappers have been shot and killed?
Oh, what? Hey, way more than any other genre or subgenre of music. Morgan, am I wrong about that?
Give me the list. I want you to read the list of 20 rappers that
I keep trying to butt in, but y'all not let me.
Go ahead, Morgan. Go ahead.
But let me ask you this question, Morgan. Somebody who's a little more understanding. If I say what is the most violent form of music, and we're going to sit here and act like we all don't know,
death metal,
and then I look at the stars who are inside the industry who are promoting this music, and they're all dying from murder.
You think the stars are promoting the music?
But I okay. So in response to you, Tyler, everyone is aware that there is balance and undercurrents of balance in hip hop music, but to try to single it out to say that there's not balance and talk of balance in other forms of music just isn't true. Now, I'm also not gonna say that. Well, one, let me go back to the factual point about who is the primary consumer of hip hop. The primary consumer of hip hop in America is white people, without question.
I disagree, but even if that was the case,
but
it's not affecting.
The numbers
it's not affecting them like.
But I agree.
It's not affecting them like it is affecting us.
Can I explain why? But okay. So one thing Danny's been trying to do this whole time that I understand why I understand your talking points. I understand them. I've heard them. But a fact is that you can't disconnect. Like that will be the same as saying that slavery doesn't have an effect on where the country is as a whole right now. Like all of those things matter. The Civil War matters. Like all history matters. Period. As far as like where we are in the country and why we're still there. Now, in the Black community, yes, there has to be accountability for some of the things that are promoted and whatever. And like let's go with what you just said about it not being it does not have the effect on the white community that does Black community. Let's go with that. The biggest reason will be because white people have we'll just go with the word privilege, since I'm sure it's floating around in everybody's head. They have the privilege of being able to dabble in that culture, that play bots, enjoying the music, rapping or whatever, and keeping the N-word out sometimes, depending on who's around. But they can dabble in that culture. They don't have to live in it. They don't have to live in the effects of what produced that music. So a lot of Black people, and we know rappers that came from those things, and they're rapping about those things because they came from it. White people, in a lot of respect,
further perpetuating.
But that goes into what I'm saying. They don't have that experience, but they can come and enjoy that music, but they don't have to live it. It's the same as how another good example is how like policing in America for white Americans versus Black Americans. There's a clear disparity both by FBI numbers. It doesn't matter how you track it. There's a clear disparity in how, like, who's pulled over, how that pullover goes, who's actually the biggest threat to cops in a traffic stop. It is unequivocally white Americans. Same thing with drug deals. There are more white drug dealers in this country and more white violent crime in the country by white people than it is by Black people. But they are pulled over less than we are, and the violent offenses when they do encounter the police are far higher with white people than it is with Black people. That's again a fact that you can Google now to see if I'm lying, but I'm telling you that's a fact. But does it change policing? No, it doesn't change policing. It doesn't change, like, going back to the school system. If America was concerned about everybody getting the right amount of schooling, and making sure that all the resources were normal, then they wouldn't make people go to school based on their zip code. It doesn't make sense to do that. It doesn't make sense to do that.
Let me. So number one, my question is not being answered of why are rap stars dying at a higher alarming rate than any genre of music. Then I'll follow up and say, since we want to sit here and act like rapping about drugs, money, murder, and bitches don't affect us, I've seen children who consume that type of music every day, and what it does to them. If we're going to sit up here, what do we do? You guys are married, right? What do we do when it's time to get into the love mode? We play some 90s and 80s love music. So we're going to sit here and act like, if we're going to sit here and act like music doesn't affect our mood and music doesn't affect our what songs we played to get the cookout started, right?
But
so
wait,
hold on, man. No.
Can I answer?
Can I
answer?
You gotta stop this.
Can I answer them? Okay.
Oh, please,
But you also realize, Tyler, I didn't say at any point that music doesn't affect the communities that listen to it. What I explained is the disparities and and how it disparages.
I don't care about the disparities. I care about it. It is affecting us negatively. I don't care about the disparities.
But there's a lot of things that affect us negatively. But you're like, systemic racism affects Black people more than anything else, and you're overlooking that.
No, I just disagree. I just disagree with it.
Okay,
no, you're ignoring it.
Me and tons of other Black people, including Candace Owens, just disagree with that's the number one threat facing Black America. Is it a threat? If I had a list of 100 things facing Black America, systemic racism would probably be number 50. We have tons of things we have to work out. So that's just what we disagree on. Simple as that.
So wait, let me get this straight. You think hip hop music is more dangerous than systemic racism?
Oh, directly, absolutely.
Can I say something real quick?
Top 10 things.
Can I say something real quick?
Top 10 things.
Hold on, no.
And I've seen it firsthand. You guys are just are just going off what you're reading in your little Facebook.
No, I'm not.
I've seen the shit firsthand.
No, I'm not.
We have children.
No, that's not true at all.
And R&B.
We got children, bro. Like, we got kids.
You think if Black music only listen to gospel and R&B, that would solve our problem?
Wait, stop.
I think it would be a lot better.
You're missing the biggest point you are missing right now, Tyler. The biggest point you are missing is that rap was born because of the crap that white people put us through. Most of the rap songs
And those rap stars speak out against modern day rap. It's not like that
No,
anymore.
I'm not
Don't
talking
go
about
against
that. Stop,
Don't
stop,
bring that
stop. You're
point
missing
up.
the point. You're missing what I'm saying.
Run DMC.
Hold on, let me
Go
finish,
ahead.
Tyler. Let me finish. All that drug dealing that you're talking about and that violence and everything, them drugs came from somewhere. It wasn't us.
Democrats.
You know for a fact
CIA.
that it wasn't us.
Democrats.
Now, before we go deeper,
Wait, what'd you say?
I want to try to help you out on that.
Democrats
Tyler.
are the ones that was bringing
You
the
said
drugs.
Democrats are the only one. You
Yeah,
think
so
Democrats brought weed in?
wait. The reason I'm trying to stop you. The reason I'm trying to stop you there, Tyler, is because this conversation, the conversation that we're having right now, is not based on political party. It's just based on what we're seeing in the country. It doesn't have anything to do with Democrats or Republicans, because if we look at it from a Democratic and Republican standpoint, and we're going to go by historically and right now, if we were going to go with and say Democrats don't care about black people until it's time to vote, you would be disingenuous to say that Republicans care at any other level. They don't. It's the same, right?
Candace,
It would be
Candace
disingenuous.
Owens wouldn't spit on you if you were on
I know
fire,
you're
bro.
not going to try to make the
I'm gonna
argument,
keep it a
Tyler.
buck.
Wait, I know,
Give a
Tyler,
shit.
you're not going to try to make
You
the
don't
argument
care,
that Republicans care about black people more than Democrats do, or are they both just opportunistic?
I think any group of people who force dependency on a different source outside of our own selves harms the black community.
Do you
But
think
if the
Republicans would do
dependency,
different?
if the
He just
dependency is
asked me.
born,
He just
if the
asked me a
dependency,
question, Javon. He just asked me a question.
Can I? So do you think Republicans would do different? If Republicans had the black vote like Democrats have had it the last 30, 40 years, do you think Republicans would do differently? Do you think they would move different than the Democrats are?
So for me personally, I'm never voting again, just because I don't think it's a process that I'm super pro black. I don't think it's a process that is helping the black community at all.
I respect that, but just answer me. Just humor me on. If Republicans had the control let's go with the word control. If Republicans had the black vote in-house like the Democrats seem to right now, not even seem to.
Not seem to right now.
Yeah, we know Democrat. The Democratic vote, black vote goes 80-90%. Democrats right now.
Not anymore. You'll see that this year.
But my point is, if Republicans had that same voting block that they could count on every time they go to the polls, do you think they would act differently than how Democrats have been?
I'll answer this and say I'm open to seeing that, but I'll tell you for sure that it's not going to come from the Democratic side. So
yeah, but that
ain't what he asked you though.
So I can't gauge that again because I'm anti-politics right now as it relates to black people. But it's going to be a hell of a lot better what we've experienced on the Democratic side of things. Again, I think
we've seen the country run by Republicans, and it's been just as bad, if not worse.
So I know you've heard of the Southern strategy, right, Tyler?
We literally dealt with the pandemic. We literally dealt with the pandemic because we had a Republican.
True.
We literally had a pandemic because we had a Republican president. We literally had a pandemic.
We had a pandemic because we had a Republican president.
The pandemic, listen.
No. See, and this is the kind of conversation. That quote right there is why I bow out of dumb politics, right? He just said we had a pandemic because we had a Republican president.
So you think that Donald Trump handled that the best way possible?
He's not wrong though, Tyler, and I can
tell
you.
It was the Democrats that didn't want the country shut down. He shut it down.
No, sir,
Trump
Tyler.
paid us. Trump paid us more money during. Man,
you're talking about after the fact.
Paid more money has
after the fact, Tyler.
With the pandemic, paid more money has nothing to do with the pandemic, Tyler. You cannot. This is one of those things that you do not want to go at me on because I work in a hospital. Been working at one for 12 years.
Amani, I wish Amani could explain that a little bit more. Absolutely right. My problem with the Democratic Party is the handouts that keep Black Americans in chains. Bro.
You think $300 was keeping us in chains?
What are you talking about?
We're talking
more welfare than anybody.
I was about to say, dude, white
the
people
biggest beneficiaries of welfare in America.
By far.
Per capita, white people get more welfare than any other group.
This I know. You talk about the same white people that you guys say have an upstanding privilege in this country, right? So
Well,
again, just
welfare
like
is
you
not the
said,
problem.
it doesn't affect
Yeah,
them.
but you just said that you just said that
It doesn't-
welfare
it
and
doesn't
leaning on the
affect-
government
it's
was
not
one of the
affecting
problems
them.
in the black community.
So
though.
Morgan, why does
you
the
just
welfare,
said that though?
Morgan, why does the welfare argument for white people not it's not the same isn't the same for welfare with white people the same as rap music for white people? They can afford to dibble and dab and it not affect them as a whole.
You don't think?
because
Hold
they
on, time
outnumber
out,
us.
time out.
That's not the
You don't
argument
think
that we
that
said.
you don't
We
think
said that
rap?
welfare is
You
not
don't
a
think
bad
rap?
thing,
Hold on.
period.
You don't think
I'm
that
not saying
white
welfare is a
kids
bad
aren't
thing.
affected? Aren't influenced by rap music?
Danny, absolutely not. Danny, do you think welfare is good for Black Americans?
I think welfare is good for everybody. I think welfare is good for everybody. If you
For
need
what it's intended to
you
do,
need
is
help
it,
in
it should be.
if you need assistance,
Welfare.
the
I'm talking about as it's been abused for the past 40 years. We're
It
not
hasn't been
talking about
abused.
someone. We're
I
not.
live in
Hold
the
on.
black
Look at the
community. I
statistics.
do not know a single black person who's abused the welfare
When
system.
you say
I
abuse, what do you
know and
mean?
live
Can you
around black.
explain what you mean by
I know
abuse?
I know there have been more cases of welfare fraud that have gone against other communities than the black communities because the black people get monitored more strictly when it comes to the welfare that they get. That's a fact. You can have my mother is my mother
That's
just like
definitely a
you
fact.
is an educator. She's a
All this
BEA.
stuff is easily looked up.
This is a fact. She
And
did
you're
her
not looking it up. I know tons
educational.
of Black people.
You haven't looked up one fact. You have not given one piece of data in this entire
black people that's
conversation,
been-
dude. I asked you for 20
black
rappers that died in a year, and you ain't
bro,
said none.
I'm in Atlanta. I know most of the people who are on welfare that I know abuse it. If you're on welfare for 20 years, it's abuse. If you're on welfare for 10 years, it's abuse.
Y'all can be on welfare for 20 years in Atlanta. We can't. That's not possible here in North Carolina.
Well, in Atlanta, guess what?
Get this
I'm not even gonna. I have someone in my family, very personal, very close person to me, who abuses food stamps, welfare, child care, who has been on it, and it causes that person to sit on their ass. They've been sitting on their ass for 10 years. This is a mass abuse of the system that we see in the Black community.
That's your family member, Tyler?
Hold on, no, time out,
The only reason I got to push back on the last part because you said in the Black community because it's so. All right, let's strip away.
Hold on,
all of that.
With all the problems that you guys say we have, can we afford to abuse welfare and can we afford what Black music does to our communities? You guys are the ones saying we're going through so much, and I'm saying, well, these things are adding on to the pressure. These things are adding on the pressure, and then you're not taking accountability for those things, right? So yes, we understand that everybody who multiple communities abuse welfare, but my question to you is, can we afford to abuse it?
I got a question because I'm ignorant.
If we're so oppressed.
I'm going to ask this question because I really don't know. Okay. Now, you said that Georgia, you live in Atlanta, and Black people in Atlanta abuse the welfare system. Is Georgia a Republican or Democrat state? Historically, has it been Republican or Democrat?
Welfare is at the federal level. That has nothing to do with what state. That has nothing to do with the state. You should know that. That has nothing to do with state politics. Welfare is federal government level.
How it's disseminated does.
Yes, it does. What are you talking about?
Everything still comes back to the state.
The federal government gives the money to the state.
You can have the money allocated by the feds, but then
welfare is a federal incentive handled by the federal government. You can look that up right now. It doesn't matter what state. It doesn't matter if you're in blue or red.
But the only thing I'm saying is, okay, let's like Medicaid, right?
If you want to talk about this, if we're going to play that game, let's talk about Atlanta is a blue city. Atlanta has been a blue city for years.
So historically, it's a
Atlanta
absolutely
is not Georgia. Atlanta is not Georgia.
But I'm saying if we're going by what he's saying, right? So let's go into deeper level. I live in Atlanta where welfare is heavily abused, right? So if we're going to talk about that, red versus blue, Atlanta has been a blue state for decades. I mean, a blue city for decades.
When you say abuse, do you mean like they're on welfare assistance for longer than you think they should be?
And we have people who I know several people who make a killing selling their food stamps. Several people, right? So I have seen it abused, and I disagree.
But you know that's not exclusive to African Americans. You do know that.
We do. If I didn't know that, I'd be an idiot. I do know that.
I'm not assuming anything. That's why I asked.
But I'm talking about we can't afford that in the situation that we're in.
Hey,
But that okay, all right. So then the other part of this argument becomes. That's why I said let's strip all the rest of the stuff away and then just go. Let's just go with all right, black people, white people, both are humans. But to a degree, when you start to have that type of to a degree, when you start to have that type of conversation, it starts to get to a point like, okay, are you saying black people are inherently going to abuse the system more than white people because they're black, just because they're black? Or is there something else that's leading to those decisions? Because at the root of everything, you're still humans, right? Black and white is literally a social construct. That's it. It's not
so
real.
Far from where we started, and I get it, Morgan. I'm right there with you, and I know where you're going. But I try to bring things back. And the original topic was that he said these 3 things or 2 things or whatever are the biggest issues with the black community. And systematic racism was number 50 if he were to do a top 100.
I wouldn't put it on the list, but if I had to, I would put it on the list.
He wouldn't even put systematic racism on the list.
That's problematic though.
Like, I'm
going to so. That's hold on.
Is this what you got? You got this from Candace Owens though, right? Candace, this is something that Candace Owens says.
This is something that she says, and a lot of black. There's even black Democrats and other black politicians that I follow who are saying these things. It's just, I think it's what we're dealing with. What we'll see and what you'll see surely come election is this black exodus that black people are leaving the Democratic Party. You'll see that. Mark my words, what I'm saying. You'll see that this coming election.
Nah, you won't. Go ahead, Javon.
So again.
Javon had his hand. This is last Tuesday.
I got a workout in. I got a workout in. I'm going to be very specific here because Morgan said something that really got to the root of all this, and it got glossed over because we were kind of going a bunch of different ways. But you can't say that systematic racism isn't one of, if not the biggest problem, if everything that we are enduring now started with racism. And you say you don't want a history lesson, so I'm not giving you a history lesson. I'm just saying, repeating things that you know. We were brought over here by force. We were forced into, just run with me here, okay? Just run with me. If you don't want, just, you can close your ears. But we were brought over here by force and have had every single roadblock put in front. We have had literal towns wiped off the map because we were actually being financially fruitful.
Now what?
Again, let me finish. We have had policies put in place to prevent us from getting to where we could be. If we could reach, yes, it's Exodus. If we could reach our potential. We have had drugs flooded into our community. This is data. This is fact. We have had drugs flooded into our community. We have had our black men pulled off the streets.
Javon, we all know this.
Yeah, but you acting like it didn't exist.
That's not.
And it doesn't have an effect on what we're going through now.
I never said that. I said it's not my top concern. My thing
but if it's a part of every single one of your concerns that you talked about,
is I have three grown ass men sitting up here acting like rap music isn't affecting our society. So if I
not one of us didn't say that though. Not one of us said that. No,
because you sat up there and act like what I was saying was so otherworldly, right?
No, we're saying that you are calling it one of the biggest problems,
that I have seen black music affect our future generations and our society. Look at what Pooh Shiesty did when he came out with the mask. Right, you have all these kids now.
Hold on, I grew up with DMX. I grew up with DMX, Jay-Z, Biggie. I'm literally living.
I listen to Eminem talk about killing his mama for years. I never put my hands on that woman.
Please, Danny.
I love Eminem, man.
Well, so if I say Yeah. So even if I said,
You can make the example that you know a friend that's on welfare that's abusing the system, and that's why people are abusing, and that's why it's a problem. But we're making the example that we grew up listening to rap and we turned out just fine. We can't use that as a counter argument.
You did too, honestly, but unless you didn't listen to rap, I don't know.
Did you grow up listening to rap?
I don't now.
Did you grow up listening to rap, Tyler?
Degenerate, Tyler is degenerate, man. We can't take no.
You gotta remember. We grew up during the freak
Hold on.
Rap loving degenerate.
Hold on. Don't lie.
That didn't make you a rapist.
There are some people it doesn't affect. What I am saying,
so
it doesn't affect the majority.
That's
you can
not
understand
true.
That you can understand that it doesn't affect everybody in the same manner that you were trying to perpetrate that the entire We're doing the same thing you just did.
Asking, okay, so answer. All I need you to do, I'll bow out right now. I need one answer from all three of you. Why are rap stars dying, being murdered? I'll say murdered because we'll say,
how many rappers have been murdered in the last year?
You'll say rock stars died of cocaine. Country stars died from horseback.
How many rappers have
died?
Why
are rap stars being murdered at a phenomenal rate than any other artist in musical history?
How many rappers have been killed in the last year?
I give you an answer. I was just looking through the list of the causes of death of music celebrities of the last year, and it is not an overwhelming hip hop murder thing. It's not. Most people
didn't get shot.
I'm gonna bow out the conversation now because if we're gonna sit here. No. Because if we're gonna sit here, if he's gonna sit here and tell me,
I'm looking at the list.
You're not looking at any kind of list.
I'm asking you.
I'm looking at the celebrity death.
We're asking you to answer that question.
They're not murders. It's mostly drug overdoses and health problems. It's all it was last year. I'm not saying there were no murders. There's a whole list of celebrities who died in 2023, and it's not overwhelmingly murders at all. It's mostly health problems and drug overdoses. Those are the things that stick out.
I'm not talking of. They're humans, Danny. Everyone dies. I said, why are rap stars being murdered at a higher rate than any other group of music? That's what I said. I didn't
answer your question.
Then that's bullshit.
Well, you can't do that. Do you understand how that's not debating in good faith? If he gives you a fact and you say, "Well, that's bullshit,"
not a fact.
I'm gonna send it to you.
So Tyler, tell me, because you said no. Tyler, you said you can name 20 in the last year, and you ain't named one.
Well, I'm about to get it to you right now.
And it better be 20.
Matthew Perry, like celebrities, like you could say actors have died of overdoses more than. I would definitely say actors have died of drug overdoses more than rappers have been murdered.
God knows rock stars have
100%.
Rock stars, and and you want the funny part is, white people say that about rock music. The same thing you be saying about rock. They talk about how their kids are into drugs and dealing with all the.
All right, so here we go. Because I found the list. Now here's the counter. For every rap star from 2020 to 2023 that I named that has been murdered, shot by a pistol or a gun, or robbed and killed, I need you to name a country music star died by the same cause in that same year.
I got this. I can give you the celebrity overdose list.
I don't care. I'm not talking about celebrity overdose list. I'm talking about crime. I'm talking about where someone else killed a person.
If you overdose
people in the year, I don't want to hear. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Death is death.
The question was, what's the most
you about to tell us over a 4-year people.
It's rap.
You telling us over a 4-year period.
Okay.
Right? That's what you about to tell us, right?
Thank you, Amani. He's not.
I'm asking you a question.
Even in the chat, you sent me a list of people who died. I'm talking about
Tyler, I'm asking you a question.
So here we go. Let's go.
No, what's the time period?
XX extension. XX. Triple X murdered. Nipsey Hussle murdered. Pop Smoke murdered. King Von murdered. Young Dolph murdered. PB and Rock murdered. Mac P Dog. Easy G. Nikki Blixie. KJ Balla. Houdini. Trey Savage. Huey. Marlo. FBGE Duck. You don't know these guys. You guys are a little, up there. Slutty Sonny. that King Von again, Triple Beans, all Sticky. I know you know Sticky. All of these guys, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on of rap stars that have been murdered since 2020 up until now. You're not going to find a list of country music stars who were murdered at this rate. Why are we acting like what I'm saying is fucking taboo?
Nipsey was in 2019.
Because nigga, you said over 20. You said 20 people in 1 year. I'm sticking to what you say.
I bet I could do. Okay.
Take it back. All you gotta do is
I'm not
admit
taking
I
it
was
back.
wrong. You were wrong.
No, I'm not.
So
Okay,
to go-
here we go. Rapper murders in 2020. Ready? Let's do one. Let's just do
It's not
2020.
2020, dude. Last year was 2020.
I said I can get you. Okay, let me rephrase since you're just stuck on that shit.
No, I'm not stuck on
I
it.
can
You
get
made
you-
a point.
I can
You
get
made
you-
a point, and
I
I
can
challenged
get you
you on your
20
point.
For everybody,
I challenged you on your point, and you're
Hold on, give me a
upset
second.
because your
For-
point was proven wrong.
So
that's
so
the problem.
For everybody in the chat who are just confused right now, I love these guys. I would die for these
Oh, no,
guys.
we all
They,
good.
they
There's
are
no
my
problem.
mutual friends. We are all in the same industry.
We do
and
this was
respectful.
happening.
So if you're in here and you're taking this as serious, and we won't talk for the next couple of weeks.
JFK, hold on, JKF. I understand that rappers get shot, and I don't have a problem with the concept that rap.
Yes, you
isn't
do.
Inherent.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'll go with you on this.
No, he
Tyler.
told me.
I will say-
He told me I don't. So
Tyler,
you know.
Tyler, because I know rap music, I know that there have been probably more violent crimes in rap music. Okay, but I will say that
Why?
because
We
it's
can
not
talk
because-
about it, but you don't
not
want to hear
because
about systematic
music
racism.
No,
but
no.
Okay.
See, and this is what hurts us.
would say-
He's about to tell me systemic racism is the reason why black
I'm-
rap music is murderous. That's
no,
horrible.
you're asking if you're asking why black rap music is more violent. I will say because the industry promotes the more violent music than the more conscious hip hop music. You're gonna hear, I don't listen to a lot of violent rap, but you're gonna hear them more than you hear, Rhapsody or Crit or there's a lot of rappers who don't talk about murder and violence, but those rappers aren't getting the marketing. They're not getting the machine behind them that the other rappers are. And I would attribute that to the people who want those types of messages out there are promoting that type of music. They're putting the money behind it. They're putting the ads behind it.
Danny, stop. That is
Who's the
lack
money
of
behind? Who's
Just
the money
because-
behind
So are we
NWA?
stupid? Are we stupid enough to say even if they do that, they're not forcing people to listen to it? They're not
Yes, you
forcing
are.
people to live that life.
But
That is
the
horrible. And
music
so
comes from the
if your argument is systemic racism is the reason black people go through everything, and then I say, well, how does rap music help? And you argue with me,
I didn't
acting
say
like
that.
it helps
I didn't say
us.
rap music helps. I didn't say that.
Well,
Nobody
I
said
think,
rap music helps. Not one of us
but
said
but
that.
but that's why I'm saying.
I'm
I think
shutting up.
I think some of the
Nobody
points.
said that, Tyler.
I think some of the points are getting convoluted because at no point I don't think there's at any point in this conversation any of us said rap
Eazy-E
rap
was not the
music
money
being
behind
rap music
NWA.
being violent isn't a problem in the black community. Rappers at the hip hop summit. Let's talk about something else that Candace Owens was a part of when she was at the hip hop summit with T.I. That was in what 20 T.I. Nelly.
And everything she said is true, and people are realizing everything she said then was true.
No, not everything she said because I watched it. Not everything she said. There were some things she said I agreed with, and there were some things I disagreed with. Like you said earlier, you said you don't agree with her on everything, and you do agree with her on some things. So I'm not saying that there's no validity to the fact that music affects people's moods and things like that.
Nobody said
But none of us have said that.
Not
But the great majority of African Americans that listen to rap music take it just the same as everybody else. They're not out there shooting somebody because 50 said shoot them. They're not out there, listening to like ODB or something like that. So just so they can be in the mood to go smoke.
The
Like,
crime rate
I
in
say something?
the crime
Hold on.
rates in Chicago, Baltimore, and other certain cities doesn't reflect that data.
Can I be honest with you?
like-
The
Because when you
people,
rock- when
the
they're-
people you are attributing.
you can't blame
wait.
it on rap music.
I promise you, during a drive-by shooting, they're not listening to Britney Spears.
No, Yo, let me.
Tyler, but
like
you
you
know
said
how
in
weak of an argument that is, though, bro.
Chicago and
There's
Baltimore,
no way.
in Chicago and Baltimore, is there more access to violent weapons, and is there less access to health care, and is there more fatherless homes? Are those things also true in those same neighborhoods?
Which would prove my point that those are the top 3 threats.
No, but he's making the point that all those things were born out of systematic
You're
racism.
right. You're absolutely right. Danny, I agree.
No, you just missed what I said.
No. I heard you. That's my point, Danny. Thank you so much. That's all I'm saying is that how does this help the community? So you got people in the chat, and you all looking at me like what I'm saying about rap music is just some kind of offensive outtake.
But no. So the problem that we have, we have no problem. Hold on, we have no problem with the fact that you take issue with with rap music and its effect on the Black community. I am not disagreeing. Like Morgan said, none of us have said that the influence has been good. What we are saying is that there are a lot greater.
Been some good.
I've been positive.
Some good.
None of it has been good. It hasn't been good since the 80s, since its inception.
Nah, that's false.
J. Cole's not good.
That's not true.
Hold on. Let me get to where I'm going.
J. Cole's not good. He don't make
what we are saying is that there are greater issues than music. Because if you hold on though,
we're not going to agree on that.
Right, we're not going to agree. But what I'm saying is that if you want to say Black music. If Black music is a problem in the culture because it promotes violence, that's why I use the video game part, because video games promote violence as well. One of the most popular games.
In the face as soon as we finish this, I'm just saying. But,
right. So
Amani, thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on. So my whole point is, I think it will actually scare. We're not saying it doesn't, but what Danny's point is that the people that are in charge of pushing this music to the masses are not Black. The people that are funding these things Danny's
excuse for rap music was
it's not an excuse. That's a fact.
So Danny's excuse. So what
is that not a fact? Hold on. Answer my question.
I disagree because you don't have to listen to that just because it's being pushed. What are you talking about?
But again, I'm gonna go back to the point. Never been in a gang, never smoked weed, listen to DMX, Jay-Z, Biggie, everything. So you're looking at a small minority because what you're
statistics only matter when it helps your case.
Hold on. The people that commit crimes that you are attributing to hip hop were probably going to commit crimes anyway because they are within a culture of violence, because a lot of them dudes are already in gangs. And them gangs been around a lot longer than hip hop. Am I wrong?
You lost me at defending rap music.
I'm not defending.
And I hope, and hold on. And
I'm not defending. Am I defending rap music? How am I defending rap music?
Hold on. I hope. I know some of your kids are older, but I hope as parents, because I'm not a father yet, but I hope as
I am a father, and I'm telling you the truth.
All of you are.
I got kids in school.
So I hope as parents that you have and will continue to limit the kind of music that your child listens to. Because hold on, me saying just because I listen to rap music didn't affect me, it makes me irresponsible if I am a father and I hear music talking about raping, talking about murdering, murdering. You guys are Democrats, so murdering people. Also disrespecting. Hold on. Also disrespecting women, using drugs, and you're letting your children listen to that on a daily basis.
I'm not.
I would argue you need to check your parenting
Did you do that?
style.
Did you do that?
Again.
I've seen it.
Did you do that when you were younger?
No.
You weren't listening to rap?
Behind my mom's back.
So you were listening to rap?
Degenerate. Just a degenerate.
And look how you turned out.
I can't believe you.
I'm gonna say it again. And
I can't believe you.
To me, you could be making a good argument, but then you ruin it once you make it a political thing. I'm not a Democrat. I'm independent. I've been independent since I've been able to vote. I've been independent for over 12 years. Always will be. I don't subscribe to any political party.
You are, Morgan. You are.
Your boy Kennedy.
Yeah, but so you a Republican then? You just said you're a Republican then, right?
Did I say that?
But you are spouting a lot of the same things.
No.
You just called him a Democrat, and he said he wasn't.
Okay, well, we hadn't had that conversation, but I had already said that well, he just told me that he made his statement, but I had already said I'm nor Democrat or Republican.
No. But he just said, Morgan just said, I'm not. And you said, yes, you are. Did you or did you not?
I didn't say that. I said, you're not. I said, you're not, meaning that I'm saying that you two are. I said, you may not be, but these two are. So that's what I was saying.
That's not accurate now. That used to be the case when we grew up. I promise you, if you were going to be a violent person, rap, if you weren't going to be a violent person, rap is not going to make you a violent person. That's
you are
not how
absolutely insane. With this younger generation, you are so detached from reality right now. Just because when you were growing up, that wasn't the reality. I have seen students be influenced by rap music.
So you saw a kid that had no violent tendencies whatsoever, was a perfect student. All of a sudden, he got his hands on some rap and just felt like stabbing the person.
I haven't seen that.
Well,
I know for a fact.
Well, rap music doesn't talk much about stabbing, but
okay, so he shot somebody. That person.
I have seen good students get into guns and pistol play because of the artists they were listening to. I can 100% tell you that.
Pistols because of rap music? They got pistols because of rap music?
That sounds
crazy, man.
That sounds...
Bruh, stop it.
Listen.
Bruh,
I'm not trying to throw the age.
My brother in Christ.
I'm not trying to throw the. Listen, I'm not trying to throw the age around here. But you three gentlemen are a little more older than I am. You're a little more detached from what's going on in the world.
You know what's going on in the youth. You literally just told us we got kids. We're closer to what's going on than you are right now. You've been out the game, right?
Let me bring Stephanie and Kendra in here. I'm sorry.
You've been out the game, right?
Danny, that's not fair. That's not fair, Danny, because you're a good father.
Do I need to call my daughter?
Hold on. That's not fair. Hold on. That's not fair because y'all are good fathers. Y'all are good fathers.
Yeah, but
but it don't matter because if they hear one rap song,
it does matter. I'm talking about kids who don't have access to y'all too. I'm talking about kids who don't have access to y'all too.
Wait, but can I say this? We just
talked about why that happened.
Kids who have a loving father and mother at home. It's not going to set up.
Why that?
My kids listen to rap music together though,
and they also have a loving mother and father who lets them know, hey, this is entertainment.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think.
Let's talk. So number one, I didn't grow up with a father.
The fatherless 15-year-old is the most influenced person on the planet. The fatherless black male 15-year-old.
Tyler.
See, you got to stop putting the race on.
Tyler,
you got to stop doing that.
I'm the product. I'm an only child. I'm an only child.
My dad was
an only child, sir.
8 years of my life.
My dad was not in my house. My mom was working hard. There were nights she wouldn't be there. I ain't killed one person. I love Biggie. I love Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z. I love DMX. DMX talked about having sex with a corpse.
You're detached.
Had sex with a corpse.
The military.
I'm giving you an example.
And you know what's even more crazy is how none of you can say, you know what, Ty, as it relates to rap music in the black community, it is a danger to us.
Dude, I'm around
so we can move on
every day, dude.
But I've made the argument, and you're sitting here and arguing with me. It's disgusting. You're sitting here and arguing with me that
how am I detached and you're not? Time out. How are you attached and we're detached and you haven't been in a school for how long?
It's not harmful to us.
How long has it been how long has it been since you've been teaching? How long has it been since you've been teaching, Tyler?
5 years.
5 years. So you're pretty detached.
I never thought about buying a weapon until I joined the military.
No, my best friends are still teaching to this day.
Okay, cool. My cousin who I speak to every day is a teacher right now. I have teachers all around me.
And what does your cousin say?
My cousin does not believe that rap music is one of the biggest problems when it comes to the black community. Do I need to call him right now?
That's a lie. That's a lie. Call him right now. How are you going to
tell me that's
Call him. Listen to this, guys. Watch this. Because if I tell him right now to put me on with his cousin, I promise you that's not the truth.
Y'all know Jamari, right? Y'all know Jamari. Me and Jamari talk about this all the time. It ain't rap music, bro. It ain't on it.
Call him.
I was about to say I got teacher friends that I can call right now.
Let's call him on right now,
please. And before you get into his ear, ask him. Say, what's the number one threat to black students right now? That's all you got to ask him.
Yeah, ask that specific question. What's the number
one? You think he's gonna say rap music?
Hey, hold on.
He probably texted him.
Let's be quiet.
I'm not texting nothing. I'm gonna call him right now and put him on speaker.
Let's be quiet.
Y'all keep going.
Wait, to be clear, you think the answer?
I haven't texted him.
Hold the phone up.
Hey, Jamari, man, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Are you watching the show?
I was actually trying to get ready to do that just very thing right
Hey,
now.
we have a question. Since you are a teacher currently,
What's the
what
number
do you
one
think? What's the question?
What's the
You
number
asked the
one
question.
threat to Black students?
What's the number one threat to Black students?
The number one threat to Black students.
Yes, in your opinion.
Policy that doesn't understand them.
Y'all heard that, right?
I heard him.
Okay, what's number 2?
Top five threats to Black students.
Let's all wait. Parents?
Who don't parent.
Okay. Parents that don't parent. Okay, what's number 3?
You know what? I'm going to amend that.
Okay.
I'm going to amend that slightly. Parents who are not engaged involved with their child's activity.
Okay. No, give me one more.
One more.
3 more.
Values.
Hey, we give it 3 more, dude. Values.
I'll give you that. Values.
Okay.
Which kind of connects with the other one, but yeah.
Okay.
What? Ask me
where
about
would
rap
you
music.
Where would you rank rap music on this?
Where would I rank rap music?
Yes.
Pretty fucking low on the list.
God,
man.
man. Hey, thank you, Jamari. We appreciate that.
All right, Jamari, appreciate you, man.
Talk to you later, man.
I'm gonna have to have you back
He
on the
probably
show.
text him.
I'll be in.
Nah, he did.
Yeah, you get in the chat and keep telling this fool he wrong. All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, nah,
Can we do the
Look,
list so I can
like-
go to
like-
bed,
like-
So
please?
I just want to point out that it wasn't
Can we
one.
do the list?
He
It
said
wasn't
2 that I
2.
said, though. He said
It
2 that I
wasn't
said.
3. It wasn't even. It
He
wasn't
didn't
even
say
in
rap.
the 10. It wasn't even in 5.
Can we do the list so I
He
can
said
go,
2 that I
please?
said.
No. You take that. You take that L, Tyler.
I'm not taking that.
You
I'm
take
not taking
that
that.
L, Tyler.
I'm not taking that.
Hey, you
You
kind
told
of
me
got
to
to,
call
bro.
him.
You told him to call. So
You told me to call him. You take
did tell him
that
to
L.
call him. You
you
told him
gotta
to
hold
call
that,
him.
bro.
Let me call
Hold
somebody.
that L.
Do
Let me
it.
call somebody.
No.
Don't
Hold
all
that
right,
L.
don't prime him. Call him. A current teacher. Call a
That's
current
a
teacher.
current
I'm calling
teacher
a
that
math
you just
teacher right
talked
now.
to.
Her name is Deanne Young.
This dude done text her and everything.
Okay.
He done prepped
No,
her.
I'm not. I'm
about to
calling.
make me
I'm
call
typing
a
it in right now as you speak.
He done prepped.
You about to
say
make me
this
call a
real
fifth
quick for me.
teacher.
Come on, man. Stop it.
Put on the
Stop
speaker. And don't lead her with a question either.
Take it. Yeah. Should have did that from the beginning.
Your call has been forwarded to.
Damn, she's like, I'm watching right now. Ain't no way I'm answering this phone call.
Just do one more call. Do the trick. One more call.
The whole
You
chat.
still gotta
section
hold that
said,
L though. That's
take
it.
that
You gotta
Hold
hold
that
that
L.
L.
Hey,
still.
Young, hold
That's
on,
2
hold on. Young,
L's.
Young, let me ask you a question. I'm asking you a question. I'm on a live right now. Are you an active teacher right now, right? Math teacher right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm an
Okay.
admin, but yeah.
Admin. So you was teaching, you're an administrator, so even worse. So if I said,
Dang you.
what are the top 3 things facing Black students right now as a whole, what would be your top 3 dangers of Black students?
I would say learning gaps.
You say what?
I would say learning gaps, like
Oh,
making up
okay.
for stuff they didn't know or never learned. I would say parental involvement.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say environment. Environment / like access, accessibility to resources.
And that's
Okay.
Thank you.
And where on you didn't read
5 minutes.
where on that list, if you had a list, where would you put rap music on that list? Realistically.
What's that dance?
I mean, the rap music is a part of the environment. The exposure to all the extra stuff that make them not focus on education or make bad decisions.
So
It's a
part
number
of
3.
number 3. So she basically is
Thank
including
you.
it with a bunch of other stuff, though.
And you didn't
Well,
read your
but you-
text.
you-
You didn't
but
read
you-
your text. I said say rap music.
You did. Y'all about to say you did. You did lead the witness.
You
did
led her
lead the witness.
straight there. So no, you take
I was
this
like,
L. You take this L.
Hey,
Hey.
you led the
All
witness.
the time, and they try to live what they hear in rap music, and they come to school like smoking weed and charges.
It's too late, young. It's too late now, young.
Nah,
you
it's
didn't
too
reply
late.
to the
You-
text.
you-
I'm
you
gonna call you right
tried.
back.
Hey,
We appreciate you trying to go to
Hey,
bat for
we
your friend.
appreciate
but
you.
You
We
gonna take
appreciate
the
your
L.
truthfulness.
You sit
Hey,
in that
that
L,
was solid.
sir. You sit there.
Yo, can I get my list
Let's
so
do
we
the
can go?
list. Thank
So
you.
I
I
can go,
appreciate. I
please.
love the way that
Please
ended.
give my list.
What's that
Can I
dance?
please? But that was
That
fun,
was
though.
perfect.
That was
That
fun.
was
That was beautiful.
That
I
was fun.
appreciate
Hey,
that.
all right. I want to get my list because I might not even be able to stay to hear everybody's. All right. Top 5 fictional weapons. This is my list. I'm sure y'all are gonna have some great ones, but like just this is another one that was just off the top of my head. So number 5, the Iron Man suit. I don't have like a specific like Mark 32 or whatever, but just Iron Man
cheap,
suit.
all right.
Number
That's
5.
not a weapon.
That's not a cheat. That's a
That's
weapon.
cheap, man. That's like
It's a
saying-
weapon.
that's
He
like
was
saying-
murdering
That's like
people.
saying armor for a knight is a weapon.
No, that counts. That counts.
No.
Yeah,
Go
come
ahead.
on. The Iron Man suit. Number 4, I got Green Lantern's ring. A Green Lantern ring as number
Okay.
4. Number 3, I got lightsabers at number
That's
3.
horrible. That's a horrible
got-
one.
Damn.
What?
Because
Lightsabers?
we even see, I'm not even not to interrupt you even long. We even see in the lore that unless you are a force user, you can't use a lightsaber. So unless you're adding force user, because you're not a force user, so what are you gonna do with a lightsaber?
I'm automatically a
Well,
force
the
user,
Jedi,
sir.
the Jedi's are the only
I don't
ones
know
who use it,
nothing
but
about
it's
Star Wars.
it's iconic to me. It's iconic.
Number
to me.
2.
Number 2, I got the Wolverine's adamantium claws at number 2, and number
That's
1,
powers, man.
I got the blue shell of death from Mario Kart as number
Wait a
1.
minute. I know weapons after all that conversation. That is funny. That is funny. That is funny. That is funny.
Degenerates. We
Well,
just
the problem with
degenerates.
the two
Hey,
of your
listen,
weapons is the two
I
of your
hope there's
weapons
no
is you
young
gotta have
people watching.
powers to use them. You gotta have healing to use the
Hey.
claws.
Those are powers though. That's like saying like Colossus skin is a weapon. Like
I'm gonna go next.
Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna go
I
next.
had it.
I'm gonna go next. All right. So number 5. What happened? Number 5. Number 5 for me.
man.
The Infinity Gauntlet. How did Danny not have the Infinity
That's not
Gauntlet
a
on his
weapon.
list?
What the
It is
hell,
a weapon.
That is definitely a weapon.
What are you
Come on,
talking
man.
about?
I
How
get
is that not a weapon?
The Infinity Gauntlet is nothing without the 6
Right.
Infinity
That's
Gems.
the gems
So-
are the thing. It's not. Go ahead.
So the Infinity Gauntlet with the stones in it.
Go ahead. Go
What are
ahead.
you talking
man.
Nah,
about?
you didn't say that. That ain't what
Yeah.
you said.
That's
what
Go
you
obvious.
ahead.
said.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Number 4, the Ring of Power.
That's
The
that's
ring,
six.
the,
That's
the ring
6
of power
weapons
from Lord of the Rings.
because it can make you go
What can it
invisible.
do?
Because you literally can control.
Yeah. What about the downside to it though? It makes you crazy.
It is a downside, but there's an insane amount of power.
What does it
And
actually
it's
do?
a weapon that everybody wants that can corrupt everyone. Power
Yeah, but-
it's a
what
perfect
does it
it's a perfect way to show the power. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Y'all
What
heard
is
that
it?
before?
What does it do though? What
It
does
makes
it
you
do?
invisible.
It makes you invisible and it gives you control over other. Number 3.
That's it.
Number
That's
3.
all he got. That's all he has.
Number 3. I don't even know how to pronounce that crap. Mjolnir, the Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir, yeah.
Yeah, Mjolnir.
But if you don't got the power of Thor, if you ain't worthy,
Bruh, we
you
ain't
can't
said
use
nothing
it.
about it. We didn't say top 5 most.
That's what he
No,
said.
we did
That's
not
what they
say-
said about
we did
mine.
not
No, we didn't say
top
that about
5
yours.
That's
Top
what they said
5.
about
We did
mine.
not say top 5 fictional weapons for everyone
you
to
can
use.
use.
We did. That
Yeah,
ain't what we
yeah.
said. We just said top 5 fictional
Okay, then
weapons.
my
I
lightsaber.
didn't say
All right.
that.
then.
I
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
you
that.
didn't.
I
all
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I don't take a lot of L's. That I was wrong on that one. Not
Hey
even
man, you
anything
still
else.
better take them other ones, man. Come on now.
Number
We need
2.
to talk more. Just-
Number 2, Excalibur.
Which one?
King Arthur. King Arthur. That I mean that
Yeah, but
story
there's
is
like-
old as crap. It's
Yeah, but there's like
insanely
a
old,
bunch of
it's
different
insanely
versions.
legendary.
He's like, what iteration though? What iteration?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm going with the original King Arthur story. Everybody else is just building on top of that one. The original King
What
Arthur,
does
did
that,
that
what does
do
that
anything?
weapon do? What does that weapon do?
insane level stuff, and knights whoever's going to be the king. What do you mean?
Morgan,
It gives you.
I've never seen
it's
Morgan
your
struggle.
gauntlet.
I'm not
It is
saying. I'm
gonna
saying.
really-
Y'all asking what do y'all want? Like a power set for the
It's,
weapon?
it's indestructible and it has magical properties. I
I'm
will say
saying
that.
like
Morgan,
and
like,
it,
oh, man,
and
it
it
does
anoints
so
you. It
many
anoints you
things.
king. Literally. What do you mean?
What can it
you
not
can't even
do?
pull it out of
It
the
can
rock
do
if you're not
so
worthy.
many.
It's
so
similar
many
to Mjolnir.
useful things.
Anyway,
Okay.
number one
All
for me, lightsaber. I mean the red
Number
one.
one?
Darth Vader specifically, or actually Darth Maul's, because it's dope and it goes down to both sides.
Sean, that's not a-
Lightsaber's got to be number
It's a
one.
superpower.
I would have killed myself. I would have killed myself so many times with Darth
Yes,
Maul's
sir.
lightsaber. I listen.
All right,
I would've
I'll
It's the
been
go.
super
dopest
dead.
weapon I've
I'd
ever
have killed
seen
my whole self.
unveiled.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'll go. I really only did the weapons that I wanted as a kid at some point in my life. But
Batarang.
there's only one of them that's not. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Number 5, proton pack. I've always wanted a proton pack as a kid. Even now, when these damn movies come back out, I'm a 6-year-old all over again.
They only
Was that 6?
they only
Or
work
10?
on Ghost.
Anyway,
want
nah,
my
man,
final
you could
five.
smoke something with a proton pack. You ain't see what the damage it was doing to everything.
Wait, what's a proton pack?
Ghostbusters?
Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, I only put on it because it's an iconic weapon. I don't really care about Star Wars. Lightsaber.
Don't ever say that again.
I y'all know this. This ain't new. Number 3, dude, He-Man's sword.
No.
The joint turns you into like freaking Zeus, like a big ass fucking The Rock looking dude, and you could literally make a battle cat.
Turn you into a perfect white man.
Hey, listen, I got to get by those speeding tickets somehow. Then
with a terrible haircut.
I won't
With
be
a
influenced
terrible
by
haircut,
rapping
no
at that
chance.
point.
What?
I'm good. Number 2, I gotta go Thor's hammer. I gotta go Thor's hammer. And then number 1, dude, it can do anything. Green Lantern's ring. Like, I don't know how that's not number 1. Green Lantern's ring can do anything.
mm-hmm.
All right.
We apologize for not letting you go first time. We didn't do that.
Nah, he got
you-
to take that. He got to
Nah,
take that.
Tyler
you got-
been handing out smoke all this time, bruh. So you know what I'm saying. He had to go
You
back.
guys don't like pro blacks, you know. It's hard. It's
Oh
hard.
my God.
Here we
All
go.
right. So
Here we
at
go.
number 5, you're gonna argue with me, but I think this is a weapon.
Oh
A
God.
T8, a Terminator.
It's a robot,
I'm
man.
not-
Come on now. It's a robot.
It's literally a weapon.
No, it's not.
It
It's
is
a robot.
It is a weapon.
You can't use it though.
Yeah,
You
Yes, I
aren't,
can.
you aren't controlling it though.
They reprogram.
You can if you program it if you program it to go kill John Connor, it stops at nothing to kill
That's
John
not fair,
Connor.
guys. That's not fair.
It's
Which
fair
one
to
is
me.
it? Which one is
I
it?
put it up there. Terminator works for me.
All right. Thank you. So Terminator.
Yo, wait a minute. Jabari said strength and no taxes or consequences. Talk about turning it into a white man, dude.
See, you can do what Trump's doing right now.
Oh man,
Go
you're
ahead.
all right. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry. That was
Neuralizer for Men in Black. I would that would be amazing. The Death Star, number 3 is the Death Star.
Okay.
that's a vehicle.
It's
Nah,
a
it's
weapon.
It's a weapon. They
It's
were blowing up
literally
planets for
described
that.
as a weapon in.
It's like okay.
It's a weapon. It's one
So
of the
I could have
baddest
said
weapons on
Voltron.
Oh yeah, don't get mad because
I'm
mine is
asking
better
you
than
a
yours.
question.
Yeah, don't get mad because my list is better than yours.
I could have said Voltron, right?
the
No,
Galactus.
I'm just
number 3 is Captain America's shield. I would
Okay.
love to have
Number
that.
3 or number 2? That's number
You
2.
did.
Number two.
yeah.
Captain America's shield.
Cap shield. All right.
And number 1, which really should have been the Death Star, but number 1, I'm going to go with. No, I don't like that wand. The Predator's gauntlet, the Predator's mask, including
mask?
the gun. The mask that includes the gun.
Hey man, you gotta pick one, man.
All right.
Okay,
All right,
give me the
that's it.
mask.
All right.
The mask makes me invisible without
Hey,
the ring,
delete
without
that,
going
Jamari.
crazy.
Hey,
Morgan,
delete that one, Jabari. Delete that comment, Jabari.
I didn't think about. Would y'all count the Venom symbiote as a
I
weapon?
wouldn't, but
yeah.
No.
apparently in this scenario, it might as well. We got vehicles,
the Terminator
we
one
got
is a solid one.
robots.
Jamari, don't be projecting up here, brother.
Jamari, you might want to erase that one, dude.
No projecting.
You could erase it.
Oh no,
You might
Jamari, no,
want
that ain't.
Yeah, please. Hey, hold on. Let me.
First of
You
all,
might
why
want
would
to
you
delete
wanna do
that one. We gonna help you on that one. We gotta delete that one.
It's giving me the option to put him in timeout. I might have to.
I think he meant it as a dig, but it didn't work out.
Jamar, you on some Diddy stuff right now, cuz?
Hey, no Diddy, man. We don't support the Diddler on this.
Alton, good point, Alton. Good point.
Dude just listed the entire blessings. He picked them last.
I appreciate y'all, man. I gotta get out of here, man.
That was funny, man. Oh man. Oh man. Don't
Hey,
worry, Sean.
that is
Don't
a
worry,
good one,
man.
That was a good one. I did not think. Oh, I should have said John Wick. God dang it!
What, him as a person?
Yes, he's a weapon for the high table.
No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Yes.
Hey
He
man,
was a weapon for the high. What are you talking about?
Y'all.
James Bond.
Juggernaut's helmet.
Juggernaut's helmet works.
How?
What do you mean?
His power ain't in his
It
helmet.
makes you. It gives you the power. What?
No.
It does.
No.
It
What?
nothing to get his powers from.
No. Not
What?
his helmet. Not his
What?
helmet.
His suit?
He doesn't get it from the suit. He gets it
Oh,
from
no,
that
of
damn
course.
crystal.
No, in that Morgan, in that conversation.
Nah,
I'm asking. Y'all
we
know
telling you no.
We said no.
All right.
I wanted to do man, there's a lot of ones. Imani brought up the ultimate nullifier. Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris is good.
I could have did Freddy's glove.
Freddy's
Yeah, Freddy's
no.
glove.
I'm not putting that top 10 though.
I wouldn't put it in the top 5. Man. Hey, listen, Jay. I was
Jason's machete.
Well, that's not really a. That doesn't have any property.
It,
That's just
it ain't special unless it's in his hands.
He'll kill you with anything.
I could have did.
Shut up, Sean.
What about a Jaeger?
A Jaeger bomb?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't. Like they're weapons, yes, but they're robots first.
What?
You get what I'm saying? Like some of these are weapons first, whereas that's a robot first.
I don't know.
Big fucking gun, yeah, that's a good one.
Somebody
said I saw this on one thing. The spread, remember Contra?
Yeah.
And remember the spread gun where you shoot it, that joint just go like just spray.
Mm-hmm.
Mario's power up, especially the fire one.
Oh man, Omnitrix. Damn, I can't believe I didn't say Omnitrix.
What's the Omnitrix?
What is Omnitrix?
Ben 10?
Oh, I don't watch Ben 10. I'm too old for that. That literally.
That's what I've been trying to tell you guys. You're too old. No one listens.
Hey, listen, I just turned 40. I don't care. I'm not ashamed at all.
I know who Ben 10 is. But I ain't know it by name.
Yeah, nobody wants that vibranium suit unless you have the herb to go with it.
That's a fact.
I mean,
I don't know. I
take it okay. You can still be. You still.
Yeah, I take it out the herb. I still
kick some butt with you know.
You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
What about what if I would have said a Pokemon?
Which one?
Well, Charizard, obviously.
You just got to pick one.
I don't watch Pokemon either.
Or Mewtwo.
Which one is that? Is that the one that spit fire?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I know a little bit of something.
Omnitrix is honestly the good one, but the best one was the Terminator.
Nah, that's cheating.
So
Terminator,
both of them cheating. Both of them
Terminator and Death Star are very solid. I can't.
Both of them cheating.
Don't y'all do something where whose top 5 was a winner?
Yep.
Yeah, we
unfortunately though in the group they keep changing the group thing. So not like now when you post a poll, like it's not enough, especially for 4 of us. It only gives you 500 characters, so I can't even post it in the group anymore. Kyron told me I could do it as a Google poll, but I have to look into that. I'll do that tonight. I'll see if I can't do a Google poll and put it up in the group.
Hey, I gotta go, man, because I think I gotta put Junior down.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta watch some Candace Owens vids. I'll see you guys.
Hey, stay away. Hey! I want you to stay away from that rap music.
Oh God!
I don't want to hear about you on the news.
Hey,
listening. You
appreciate my bro. Appreciate my bro.
Lamar, and you just felt like shooting up a club.
It's
All
bad,
Pre-
guys. It is
Appreciate
bad.
my boy
It's bad.
Tyler coming through.
You take your
Appreciate
2
all of y'all
L's.
for coming and watching.
You double L.
What are we doing next week?
I miss you guys.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Hey, Tyler, man. I'm gonna be in ATL, man. I'll be at Dragon Con.
Oh, please hit me up, please.
I'm being Dragon Con.
Oh,
Hey,
nice. We'll be at Dragon Con too.
Yeah. I was going to do Urban Nerd Con, but because I got Dragon Con, I was like, that's too much travel.
Yeah, we'll be at Dragon Con too. Yeah, let me know, bro. We can go out.
Yeah.
This is the perfect one. Hey, our polos are ridiculous.
This chat today has been. We've had 36 people watching this. I don't think we've ever had that many people.
A lot of people on here from Twitter, bro, or X.
Really?
Yeah.
Ty brings the fun.
Oh my God! I'm gonna wake up tomorrow morning on CNN. Peace.
Hey man, we
Peace.
Appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Appreciate you coming through, bro. We'll chop it up soon. We'll see y'all next week. I don't know what our top. We already had a topic, but I don't remember if we had settled on
the Candace Owens dilemma. I just read the tag. What dilemma? She's right. She's right. She's telling the truth.
Listen, as I said on your page, there are times I've agreed with Candace, and there are times where she pissed me off royally. And I don't think she minds that, and I don't mind it. I appreciate her voice. I appreciate what she thinks. I appreciate her articulating her ideas most of the time. I think, we talked about it on the show. There are times where she's harmed us, definitely, and she knew she was. And there are times where she's been speaking the truth, and people just didn't want to hear it. It's all
because of the damage she had already done.
Yes. She's still. There's a lot of people that are still not going to listen to anything she says based on some of the really offensive. She has said some very offensive things at times that are not helping her reach certain people ever.
Well, the truth can be offensive. How often is the truth not offensive?
That's a fact. But in those instances, it was not the truth. It was just Candace is very smart. She's aware of who she's speaking to and when. And that's one of the reasons I have to hold her accountable.
But that's my problem, Morgan, is she's literally been saying the same thing for a decade now. And we're just now, I am for anybody who is for let's hold blacks to a higher standard now. Okay, we've been systematically oppressed. Now what?
Not been.
I would say we're in the greatest time ever to be a black person ever in American history.
That's
right?
a fact.
Would you agree?
But it doesn't come with the cap. It does not come restraintless. You know what I'm saying? There are still restraints in place that are still working against us.
So financially, statistically and financially, why were black families more successful financially in the early 60s, 62 to 68 than they are now?
That's
the black decline. The black financial decline only happened when we turned over to the 80s. Black families and wealth were doing very good in the early 60s to late 60s, early to late 60s.
Proportionate to what?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. You can't, if you're gonna throw it out there, you have to keep it in proportion with what the rest of the country is seeing, because in every iteration of African Americans existing in this country, if African Americans got to a social space, financial space, political space that was seen as a threat to white supremacy, it was torn apart, torn down, literally had lakes put over it, all kinds of really horrible stuff that we all know from history, right? We definitely will retread the conversation because there's a lot of good conversation there. I already knew it would be a good conversation. That's why I want to make sure you knew about it. So if you could come through, you could. So I appreciate you coming through, bro. We're going to chop it up sometime soon. Congratulations on everything that you are out there smacking and all the doors you kicking open, bro. I appreciate you, man. And
love you, bro.
This week. Love you too, man.
All right, be good, bro.